help introduce this, Bruce. Bruce, well, you can't control what Bruce is going to say.
Who's talking?
But two things I want Bruce to talk to you about. First is, as you know, this is a speakeasy. Prohibition is in full force here, so we don't want to see any drinking. This is a fake bar here. And Bruce might know something, a little bit about prohibition and how it relates to the state. I have no idea. Which you might want to.
Hi. First of all, like many of you, I am here because I am part of the I Can't Get Away from Terry Sands recruiting committee. If you are part of that, raise your hand. On Wednesday nights, downstairs is going to be a support group from now on. How many of you have said, like I have, this is the last time I will ever do X? And we're all back, right? And then Terry has the audacity to stand up and say, well, you can't control what he's going to say. He's liberated now. He's free from the bench. He retired 4 times, for God's sake. It's okay. You want to talk about prohibition? I'm sure you never dealt with DUI in the land court, right?
No.
It's very exciting over there.
Yes.
You know, property lines and all that stuff.
Yes, but we also want you to talk about the fishing industry in Gloucester and what our mayor Safathia has done, particularly with this Seafood Expo coming up in March. Now, she's arranged for Gloucester Seafood to be the main event on, 99 restaurants menu.
Yeah. So the great thing about what's been happening on that front is the diversification of the industry into value-added products, because we don't catch the amount of volume that we used to when there were huge abundances of fish and regulations that allow people to take them more liberally than they can today. So it's important to add value to what you do take, so the smaller amount is worth more to the fishermen. And so the Boston Seafood Expo, which is coming up, is one of the largest in the world. And people come from all over the world to see the products that we catch, because Massachusetts is still world-renowned, particularly Gloucester and New Bedford, for the fish that they catch. One of the challenges is always to find a consistent buyer. And so our mayor has made a deal with the 99 restaurants. If you go in, you will see Gloucester caught fish. And it's a consistent buyer. And the challenge is we have to have a consistent supply. Sound a little like prohibition? So the mayor has done a remarkable job, and I can tell you, if any of you have ever been to the seafood show, it's at the BCEC, the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center. I don't know how many thousands of square feet it is, but there's only one thing that people pay attention to when the mayor's there, and that's the mayor. It's wonderful and absolutely fantastic. But you know, I know tonight we're supposed to be in a speakeasy.
Yes, yes, very definitely.
The rain! Everybody freeze! It's been nice seeing you all. Are you
going to take them out?
What's going on here? There's no alcohol. It's only marijuana. Do you have any? There's brownies right over there. I think you must have mistaken us for Rockport. I'm sorry. So,
thank you.
We had a really big show tonight. You're the Ed Sullivan of them.
Something like that.
Tuxedos into
So we're going to open tonight. It's a cabaret, so we're going to open with the cabaret. So if you want to join the cast, who is going to come in and sing the song?
It's I won't harass the cast. I'll let them come up. The people with talent come on the stage. It's okay.
You've got plenty of talent.
I've been waiting to get a directive from Mary Curtis, who's sitting right here, and I told her if she directs me to do something, I'll do it.
He's never told me that.
I never will. Enjoy the show, everybody.
Good is sitting alone in your room.
With Nadia Robertson, who I think you've seen on our stage a number of times. Beautiful performer. Is going to be singing a song from Phantom of the Opera called Think of Me.
Think of me fondly when we said goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. When you find that once again you've longed to take the heart back and be free, if you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. We never said our love was evergreen or as unchanging as the sea. But if you can still remember, stop and think of me. Think of all the things we've shared and seen. Don't think about the way things might have been. Think of me waking silent and resigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Recall those days, look back on all those days. Think of the things we'll never do. There will never be a moment I won't think of you. And now I'm here, so now I remember. Long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. You may not remember me, but I remember. Flowers fade, the fruits of summers fade, they have a season, so do we. But if you can still remember,
Christmas time this year, we lost one of the most valuable members of our community, Dr. Nelson, our fourth laureate of Annisquam. And we have a tribute to him with some pictures. Tom Moriarty is going to sing the Louis Armstrong song, "It's a Wonderful World." Tom, we need to put the screen down.
Well, I look back at what I've done, and this will be my fourth impersonation singing up here on stage. And my biggest fan seemed to be Duncan. And he would just make you feel so special the whole year. Every time he saw you, he would go, when I did Elvis, he'd go, "Daddy." Every time he saw me. But Duncan just had a way of making everybody feel special. And this song is for Duncan. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright precious days, and dark sacred nights. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They're learning much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah.
Wow. Duncan was a beloved member of our community. And so, a small tribute to him. our next song is by Larry Cook. He's going to be singing John Mayer's song, Daughters, and he's accompanied on his guitar by Mike Lindbergh.
She puts the color inside of my world. She's just like a maze where all of the walls all continually change. And I've done all I can to stand on her steps with my heart in my hand. I'm starting to see maybe it's got nothing to do with me. Fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will live like you do. Girls become lovers who turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. Oh, you see that skin? It's the same she's been standing in since the day she saw him walking away. Now she's left cleaning up the mess he made. Fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will live like you do. Girls become lovers who turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. Boys, you can pray. You find out how much they can take. Boys will be strong. Boys can be on. But boys would be gone without warmth from a woman's good heart. On behalf of every man, looking out for every girl, you are the God and the weight of her world. Fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will live like you do. Girls become lovers who turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. So mothers, be good to your daughters too.
Thank you, Larry. As many of you know, the AVP started a scholarship program a couple of years ago, and last year, a young boy named Xander Lovelace was awarded our scholarship. And he is back tonight doing a dance from The Greatest Showman. and he choreographed this one himself.
Why did the chicken cross the road? No, because he wanted to be poetry in motion. Wanted to be poetry across the road. Have to get back to the right side.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
We encourage everybody to support the AVP Scholarship Fund so we can bring along future singers, and dancers, and actors who have we've been lucky enough to have with the AVP group. Next, we have somebody you have seen on the stage a number of times with AVP Productions, who's a member of our board, Mary Flaherty, who is be doing a monologue from an old movie the movie was called Passion Fish, for those of you who remember it. And her monologue is My First Big Break.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, that's better. I'm going to take you to the bayou country of New Orleans, kind of, by way of New York. This movie is about a soap opera actress, May Alice, who tragically, on her way back from getting her legs waxed, gets hit by a cab, and she has to go to her family home in the bayou country to recover. And while she's down there, all her soap opera friends come to visit and see how May Alice is doing. And of course, the talk turns to careers. You know, they're all in soaps and they all want to be on the real stage like this. So Nina says, I didn't ask for the anal probe. That was it, my first big break, my first feature. You know, it was just, but what are you going to do? Because that's what I had. So I went to the audition, and the director has us do these improvs where the aliens are representing our most primal fears, because this is a zero-budget sci-fi movie about people getting taken up into alien spaceships and given physicals against their will. So we do these improvs and it's great. Finally, some real acting. And before I leave, they tell me I've got the part. Only I don't know what it is yet, exactly. But still, you know, it's my first feature and I'm thrilled. So my agent gives me the script, and I go through looking for Margaret. That's the role they say I have. And I'm going through the script, and I've got my little yellow highlighter, only it's drying out. Finally, I find one page with the corner folded over. And I'm in this therapy group for people who've had these alien physicals. And I've got one line. I didn't ask for the anal probe. But hey, I'm a professional, right? Okay? I prepared. I had backstory on this woman. I knew that she had gone to the beauty parlor before she came to therapy group. I knew she didn't trust that guy that sat next to the fuchsia. And I knew that when she got home at night, she turned on the TV the minute she got in the door just for the sound of it. I was loaded for freaking bear. So finally it comes time to shoot the scene and they do the wide shot. They cut before they got to my line. I was terrified they were going to cut it. So they come in for reaction shots, close-ups, mostly things that mean I need to wait outside because the camera is set up where my chair is. Well, by the time they get to me, the crew is grumpy because it's late. They're not getting overtime. The lead actor is gone because he's got a therapy appointment. And I'm alone. And I'm staring at this little piece of tape on a stand next to the camera. And the director says, okay, let's do a couple of takes without cutting and show me a few different colors. I didn't ask for the anal probe. 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 And that was it.
You've heard one tribute for Duncan Nelson tonight. We're going to have another tribute by Gordon Baird. Gordon tells me that he had a birthday party for his wife, and Duncan came and wrote a poem and gave it at the party, and he and Duncan had a little conversation afterwards about Gordon writing a poem, and maybe he can tell you a little bit more about that. But Gordon?
Hello. Yes, I want to do a poem in the style of Duncan. And I think you all recognize that style. And then I was going to do a very short, different kind of song afterwards. So, without further ado, a tribute to Duncan. There was never a learned, more articulate poet than lived in our time, here in Gloucester, as we know it. This magnificent bender of words was no bumpkin, and he taught down at UMass in Boston, this Duncan. Across the North Shore, they would come and they'd go, but this clever professor would let them all know that none of his friends could be safe from the curses of his cursive, subversive, mercurial verses. He'd toss off his rhymings with nary a qualm from his Camelot castle in South Annisquam. With Bebe, his queen, nestled right by his side, her radiance reflected in his family pride. There were Graces and Sarahs, oh, he loved ladies with pulchritude. There were actors and directors and people with culture, dude. Lost my place. There were ministers and mayors, even judges that he would pick on. To see what spaghetti on the wall throne would stick on. When casting his rhymes like a brilliant ring tosser, he was known far and wide as the champion of Gloucester. Every big shot, every little shot, he roasted with rhyme, wore the biggest of grins on their faces each time. They would laugh, we would laugh, when he made such a fuss, but we secretly wished that he'd write one for us. He would jut out his chin and a striking tone take, as a portrait of each of his victims would make, each as happy and proud to be pinned with the prize of Duncan's attentions and his sparkling eyes. His rhymes could climb walls, they could topple and rattle. They were epic in length, but he never would prattle. His allusions, historic and bulging with culture, they would fly like the eagle or swoop like the vulture. Duncan, he really took time. He was a master researcher, and his wit also made him a wicked besmircher. From the tip of the top of the rhymes that he makes, dear, in plain, he's the best since the work of Bill Shakespeare. So let's all raise a glass, say la vie! What the hell, son? There was never a man like Duncan M. Nelson. Grant us peace, thy most precious gift, O thou eternal voice of peace. Bless this country, bless this family, that it may be a stronghold of peace. Let contentment reign within our borders, songs of friendship throughout the world. Grant mercy in every soul, and joy for his name in every heart.
Thank you, Gordon. Our next singer has been sung on our stage many times, Emily Frick. And I just want to tell you, she's a fabulous singer. She recently qualified for the Massachusetts Northeast District Chorus and the All-State Chorus, and which was a great award for a high school singer. She is going to be singing tonight a song from Anastasia called In My Dreams.
They said I was found at the side of a road. There were tracks all around. It had recently snowed. Through the darkness and cold and the wind in the trees, a girl with no name and no memories but these. Rain against a window, sheets upon a bed, terrifying nurses whispering overhead. Call the child Anya, give the child a hat. I don't know a thing before that. Traveling the back roads, sleeping in the wood, taking what I needed, working when I could, keeping up my courage, foolish as it seems, at night all alone in my dreams. In my dreams, shadows call. There's a light at the end of the hall. Then my dreams
to have lived in the shadows and traveled so far. I've seen flashes of fire, heard the echo of screams, but I still have this faith in the truth of my dreams. In my dreams, it's all real, and my heart has so much to reveal. And my dreams seem to say, don't be afraid to go on. Don't give up hope, come what may. I know it all will come back one
talent we have around here is just stunning. But, we now are going to have a dance. Many of you probably know the Bosama School of Dance. It's run by Kate Hooper, whose parents, Tom and Martha, are an integral part of this village. And she has the first number we're going to see is an Irish step dance performed by 5 of her students. Without further ado, here. Now, next number fits into the speakeasy era. Bethany Vaughn, who did the solo part of Cabaret up here, is going to be singing Ain't Misbehavin'. So, Bethany.
No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on a shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Tired over searching the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, walk till I care. Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, I don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on a shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. And you, and you, and you. I'm through with flirting, I know the one I love, yeah. I'm through with flirting, cause it's you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you, yeah. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for.